What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ben Does Comics back with my first video. And man, it took a while. Took about, I'll say probably 6 months, probably even more, probably less. But today we here with my first video. What this wasn't planned to be my first video. First video was planned to be the fastest speedsters of 2020, but you know, all that damn research and the video's still gonna come out, but all it took a lot out of me to find everything just to do it, and I didn't finish it. But since season 7, Barry got his powers, it helped a lot of the research that been done on this fastest speedsters. So I will change the title to 2021, and it will be easier. So yeah, let's get that out the way. And this video today is based on is given, I see a lot of people uploading videos about, the ending of season 7's episode 3, which is actually season 6 finale's Flash episode from last week. And to, the season 7 episode 4 episode airs tonight. So before that airs tonight, I'm gonna give you guys a better understanding. And like I said, I see people upload videos on giving better understandings, but I'm simplifying everything of what I heard and then what I already know to, in this video, making it short, not none too long, and just keep it short and simple. So yeah. All right, to start it off with, guys, a lot of people have been saying, and I've been saying, and I'm about 95% sure for a fact that those, the colors that we've seen in the Speed Force are the the forces, the Strength Force, the Sage Force, the Still Force, and obviously the Speed Force. Though it's absolutely no way, that 5% chance. It's no way that it's not any forces, because from the comic book, obviously Wally and Barry, they ran so fast they broke the barriers, created the forces. But there's no Wally here because, obviously the Flash, they had their differences with Wally, had to kick him off the show or whatever. So they made it seem like for the Flash to get his powers back, he was running so fast that he broke a barrier, I guess, and he did it himself. To start off first, we got the Sage Force, and we don't really know too much about it. The most we know about it that it's got the Gorilla World's blessing. So maybe we could be some about Grodd coming back or something about the Gorilla World, obtaining this. But if you know, you should know that the Gorillas, they do not rely on Sage. They rely on the Speed Force, which is kind of stupid, but hey, that's what they do. Next up, we have the Strength Force. So obviously, you could tell you gain strength from it, but the way you gain strength from it, an avatar picks you up from the ground and gives you strength. So as you can see, the trickster, he got super strength from it, and it's kind of like a Hulk version type strength. So yeah, he got it in a comic book. I'm not familiar with which issue it was, but and so did the Flash, and it reduced his power. So that's what having some of the forces do. They reduce your original power, so they reduced his speed. Not everyone can. You gain powers to lose some. Not everyone can keep them, but there are two people who can. One being, of course, Hunter Zolomon Zoom and Forza. Last but not least, we have the Still Force. And, I know and we know that Hunter Zolomon was able to control the Sage, the Speed, and the Strength all at once. But one force he wasn't able to control, and he didn't have the ability to control, was the Still Force. And a lot of people don't notice, but it is still connected and it is heavily linked with the Speed Force, and is the opposite, not the negative Speed Force, but the Still Force is connected to the Speed Force and is the opposite, and a lot of people did not know that. Now, Barry Allen was able to move around the the Still Force and gain some control, and it wasn't able to affect him as it always used to. And that's an amazing ability. So he was able to control both speed and still. Now, the Flash's biggest nemesis, the Turtle, not the biggest, but his first nemesis, the Turtle, had a similar way of getting his power, just like Barry, because it is complete opposite. He was studying the Speed Force and trying to create his own, and eventually he got into the same accident Barry did, and it led to him becoming the Turtle, aka the slowest man on the planet instead of the fastest. Obviously, I didn't address the Speed Force because we all know where the Speed Force came from, who was in it, who got their powers from what. But I will discuss, I will be simplifying basically what I said in the next minute or 2 minutes. So the first thing I would like to say is I feel like this was the Speed Force storm that will, get Godspeed, the real Godspeed, his powers, and the people in Central City will get speed, super speed, certain people, and Godspeed will actually, the real Godspeed, like I said, will actually going around and trying to take their powers. Then he will try to take Flash powers, and it's gonna build up a major fight scene uh for the next for the whole season, for the rest of the season. So I feel like that's what's coming next for us, and just like in the comic books, his origin came from the storm, all these people. Then he went to take but he was actually Barry's best friend, and he was taking all these people's powers, and Barry didn't know. And he was moving so fast that he was at two places at once. And yeah, it made him slower splitting between two. But he was moving so fast, didn't even know. And he didn't suspect it because it was his best friend. And he was just trying to find out. He was just trying to get, revenge on the person who killed his brother. So I feel like that's what's gonna happen this season. I also do feel the Rogues will come back because of all these powers and stuff. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys liked the video.